So hi guys, this is Ariman and I'm back. So today I'd like to show you how to make a simple app with Xcode. So our app is gonna look something like this. So we'll have a button, and when I click on the button, the image display will increase by a few pixels with some animation. So look at this. It looks nice, right? So yeah. So we're gonna build an app like this. Let's get started. So first we need to open Xcode. So Xcode, create a new Xcode project, single view app. Let's give it a name, maybe a simple app, something. A simple app. Very good. You will have to fill in all this if the first time you're using it. Remember to put the user interface as storyboard. It'll be there as Swift UI by default. Remember to make it storyboard and click on next. And you can create it wherever you want. Let's create it. Okay, so go to main.storyboard. So this is your view controller. So this is how it's gonna look. So let's add a button first. So maybe somewhere here we can add the button. Okay, very good. Increase its height a little. Let's increase it a little. So maybe that's good enough. Yes. Okay. So let's make it a little. A minute. Okay. Let's give it a background color. So maybe you can give it background color. So what color do you want? So maybe red will look good, right? Yeah. Okay. Violet. Let's put it red. Oh, very good. Now let's add something called a UI image view. So UI image view, very good. So this is where you can add your image. So for example, you can add images here. Okay, so now go to this place, this two parallel lines and a square, to add constraints. So to click on, so make it 20, 20, and 20. Okay, so basically these distances are this distance, and this distance. Okay, remember to click on height and let this be as it is, and remember to click on add for constraints. So this is called the leading, this is called the trailing distance, so this is trailing and leading. Okay, let's continue. Add for constraints. Very good. Let's add a background color for the normal thing. Maybe we can add what color? Maybe blue will look good. Okay, let's add a background color for UI image view. Let's make it green. Okay, very good. Now let's go into coding assistant. Okay, so we want to increase this thing's height. So let's add height in our code. So image view constraints, or right click on height and pull it. Okay, so we can name it maybe img image view. Maybe we can name it like image view height constant, maybe height constraint, maybe constraint. Very good. Connected. And we want the button, so right click on button and pull it and add it. So these are known as IB outlets. So now let's name it maybe increase height, maybe increase. So you can name it whatever you want. I'm just naming it, so it's better to name it something sensible so you know what's the function of it, right? Okay, yes. Increase height. Not increase height. Increase height button, maybe increase height button. Very good. Let's continue. Connect it. Let's go into view controller.swift for the coding part. Okay, so basically what we are doing is just when you click on the button, this is going to be the same with only a few more pixels added to it. So we're going to write exactly that in our code. So we are going to add, right, this thing, exact same thing, dot constant. Remember, add the program dot constant equals the same thing, dot constant plus the number of pixels I want to increase it by. I want to increase it by maybe 25 pixels. Okay, 25. Okay, very good. 25 pixels. Okay, so let's see what happens now. Let's try running it. Okay. Let's try again. The button did not appear for some reason. Okay, the button is not there. Let's add the button. Let's change it a bit. Let's run it on iPhone 11. Maybe a little better. Button. Okay, so iPhone 11. iPhone 11. This is already iPhone 11. Okay, so let's run it. Let's see what happens. Okay, so let's have a look. So button. Okay, so it is increasing, but there isn't any animation, right? So it's not getting animated. So let's add the animation part. So we'll need to add a few lines in our code. So basically, before this, add another line called UI view sorry UI view dot animate sorry dot okay. Remember to add it before this line, dot animate with duration, exactly this, and we can give it a duration maybe 1.5, maybe 1.5, and go to void and return. And let's put this. So in this block of code I will run this code, right? So let's put this there. Okay, very good. And now we need to add something else for the code to run properly. So okay, just remember to delete the code. So we wanted to animate it, right? So add this. So self dot for both, so it's automatically done. Self dot. Now after this we need to add something else also called self dot view dot layout if needed. Okay, so it'll automatically do the layout work if it's needed, and the view if it's needed, automatically. Okay, very good. So let's run it. Let's try it. Let's see if the animation part is working. Okay, and I'd like to tell you something else. You can put this. So in our chance it worked, but if you want, you can put this content mode to aspect fit. So if your thing doesn't work, you can try making it aspect fit. This is a very common error people make. So it needs to be aspect fit, but it can work without aspect fit, but it's better to put aspect fit. Okay, let's try running it now. Let's check the constraints. Okay, okay, wait, I need to just check the constraint. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's see if it works. We click on the height constraint, add on constraint. Okay, let's run it. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, there you go. So you can see it beautifully opening up like this. Beautifully opening up. So if you go on clicking continuous, the speed will increase. So that's a beautiful thing about it. Okay, now let's change. Okay, so a simple app. We just build this. Let's change the code. So let's make this. Remember, always just check the constraint because it usually is gone. Okay, so let's make it a little faster. Okay, like maybe 1. Okay, 1. and it has to increase 30 pixels, so you'll watch it get faster. Okay, 27 for 27.5 middle. Okay, so stop the old one and run it, so you'll see it's quite interesting this. Okay, so button, see it's faster now, the animation, see it's faster. So if you want to make this maximum, this is how you do it. So let's make it more, maybe 50 in one go, 1 second. That's too fast, right? Yeah, let's make it two. Okay, stop the old code and run this one. Let's see. So it's not that fast, right? Well, let's make it one in that case. One. Let's see now. Let's have a look. Okay, so you can see the speed has increased because the distance is more but the time is less. Okay, so that's how you make this simple app. Yeah, so thank you and goodbye.